Hi everyone, welcome back to Web Development GS. In today's video, we were diving deep into the folder structure of Angular 19 project. Whether you are a beginner or just looking to brush up the latest Angular updates, this guide will help you how to organize and navigate your Angular project like a pro. So, before starting, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for upcoming videos. Watch video till end because in the end of video I will talk about bonus tips. When you create a new Angular project using Angular CLI, you will get a pre-configured folder structure. Let's break it down step by step. First, root level folders and files. Starting at the root of project, you will see some essential files and folders like VS Code, node modules, public folder, and SRC folders. Let's explore them one by one. First is VS Code folder. This is used by Visual Studio Code and it contains editor specific settings like debugging, configurations, or recommended extensions for the project. This folder is optional and typically created by your IDE. As you can see, here we have extension.json that basically handles recommended extensions. Second, we have launch.json and third is task.json. So these all the JSON files are related to the VS Code editor. Next, we have node modules folder. This contains all the libraries and dependencies installed through npm. It is automatically generated when you run npm install. Avoid modifying this folder manually. As you can see, node underscore module folders, we have various folders. Basically, these are dependencies related to the project installed into our project. Next, we have a public folder. Earlier, this folder was assets folder, and from the Angular 19, it is now public folder. These folders often hold static assets like images, icons. In this example, we see fav icon, which is a small icon displayed in your browser tab. Next, we have SRC folder. This is the heart of your Angular application project. All your development happens here. We will break this down further in a moment. In the second step, we will break down the SRC folder. The SRC folder contains your application's code. Let's look at its key files and subfolders. First, we have index.html. This is the entry point of your application. It serves as the base HTML file into which Angular inject your app's component. It contains app root tag where your root component renders. Next, we have main.ts. This is the starting point of your Angular application. It bootstraps the root module, app module, and connects it to the index.html file. Next, we have style.css file. This is a global style sheet for your application. This file will be used to define the styles that applies across the entire project. Next, we have app folder is where most of your development work will happen. Let's explore it one by one. First, we have app.component.ts file. This is a root component of your application. It contains the core logic and act as the starting point of your UI. Next, we have app.component.html file. This is the template file for the root component. It defines what gets rendered in the browser. Next, we have app.component.css, the style sheet of for the root component, and this is used to style the app component. Next, we have app.component.spec.ts file. This file is used for write the unit test cases for the app component. It ensures your component behave as expected. Next, we have app.config.ts file. This is a custom configuration file that may hold settings or constants used across the application. Next we have app.route.ts file. This file defines the routes for your application and also it maps paths to the components, enabling navigation within the application. Now we will discuss about other key configuration files like we have editor config. This is a configuration file for maintaining consistent coding style across different editors and IDs. Next, we have git ignore. This is the file tells git which file and folders ignore. For example, node modules is usually excluded to reduce repository size. Next, we have angular.json file. Angular.json file is the main configuration file for the Angular CLI. It defines build configuration, file replacements, and more. Next, we have package.json file. This file lists the project dependencies, dev dependencies, and scripts. It is usually used by npm to manage packages. Next, we have packagelog.json file. This file ensures consistent dependency version across all environments by locking specific version. Next, we have readme.md file. This is a markdown file that typically contains project documentation, instructions, and helpful information for developers. Next, we have tsconfig.json file. This is the TypeScript configuration file that define compiler options for the project. Next, we have tsconfig.app.json. This is a TypeScript configuration specifically for the application code inside the src folder. Next, we have tsconfig.spec.json file. This is a TypeScript configuration file specifically for test file. Okay guys, now we will discuss about the best practices for managing your project. Here are some tips to keep your Angular project organized and efficient. Keep feature specific code together, like group components, services, and modules for a specific feature in a dedicated folder. A good practice is to group related components, services, and modules into feature folder within the app directory. This keeps your code modular and easier to manage. For example, if you are building an e-commerce app, you might have folders like products, cards, and checkout inside app folder. Use lazy loading. Split large apps into feature modules to improve performance. Leverage environment files. Use environment.ts and environment.prod.ts for different configurations. Commit frequently. Use Git effectively to track changes and collaborate. Follow Angular style guide. This ensures consistency and readability of your Angular applications. Keep the app folder clean. Avoid dumping too many files in the root app folder. Instead, create folders for components, services, and pipes. Remember, a well organized folder structure makes your project easier to maintain and collaborate on. It's worth investing time in setting it up correctly. And that's it for today's video on the Angular 19 project folder structure. I hope this breakdown helps you better understand how to organize and work with your Angular project. Okay guys, in the starting of the video, I talked about bonus section. So first, a bonus section is the for the beginners. If you are a new to Angular, here is a quick tip. Start small and build incrementally. For example, create a simple feature like a to-do list app. This will help you get comfortable with the components, data binding, and the services. Also, do not forget to use the Angular CLI to its full potential. It is a powerful tool for generating components, services, and modules quickly. Second, bonus tips is like debugging and troubleshooting. If you are running into a issue, check the browser console and Angular's error message. They are often very descriptive and can point you directly to the problem. And if you are stuck, do not hesitate to consult the Angular documentation or join the community forum. The Angular community is super helpful and always ready to share knowledge. Now we will talk about what is new in Angular 19. Angular 19 introduced several performance improvements and updates. For example, there is enhanced support for standalone components and better debugging tools. If you want to learn more about these features, let me know so that I can create a dedicated video on Angular 19 updates. Video will give you all the details about what is new and how you can leverage these updates in your projects. Don't miss it. Okay guys, so if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe my channel for more tutorial like this. Also, leave a comment below if you have any question or topics you would like me to cover. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video. Happy coding. Thank you.